Today we're gonna roast some of my followers' rigs. Let's have some fun. Wow. Either this is a storage facility for high watt, or you need to seek out a therapist. No one person needs this many high watt cabs. You've got so many cabinets, it looks like you're just casually using some of them as a table and as storage, and you just have one head for all of those cabinets, which means I know you have your priorities straight. I would probably live here if you gave me the option. This is a nice little setup. Firebirds are great guitars. I have no idea what the amp is, but it kind of looks like a bass amp. Are you playing guitar through a bass amp? You know bass amps aren't real amps, right? Also, some classic pedals here. Random silver tuning pedal, a non-dime bag wah. I didn't even know they made those. And the Behringer Vintage Overdrive, a fan favorite. I love how the tuner is just tossed in there with reckless abandon. Like, I'm never gonna tune, but it's there, whatever. Cable management, tis good though. Tis very good. This is a whole setup. Either you have band practices in this room, or you're hoping that someday a band will knock on your door and just be like, this is a rehearsal emergency, we need a jam spot. And you'll just smile and nod at the imaginary camera. You know. You know. This room is set up like you plan on throwing a show in here, which, to be fair, this is about the same size as most of the DIY punk venues I've ever been to. Love the classic rock posters on the wall, definitely not cliche. And seriously, is that a 20-inch Darth Vader toy? You couldn't settle for a smaller one? Do you have it for tone purposes, or is it for special time? All in all, very clean setup and probably a really nice place for your girlfriends to hang out and stare at their phones while you have band practice. I like it you're not even gonna pretend like your guitar tone is more than this. I find your honesty refreshing. I'm seeing a lot of John Feldman tones, which you know I like. Gotta ask though, does the curved monitor really do anything for the tone? Personally, I'm team CRT because it's got that warmer analog sound. It's not too digital. Also, is your background picture a photo of the Mars rover? Too soon, bud. Too soon. If you would like to have your rig roasted, then go join my Discord where you can send me a picture. There's a link down below, or you can go join my Patreon and I can prioritize making fun of your rig over everybody else's. The tiniest possible amp with the biggest possible speaker cabinet. You really asked yourself, does this look ridiculous? Said yes, and then went ahead and did it anyway. That cabinet is beat up too. Either it's been to some shows, or you just kicked it down the stairs a bunch of times to get some extra street cred. Honestly, this is a solid setup. Those orange tiny amps sound great, and they're really easy to move around. I mean, you've kind of defeated the purpose by putting it on top of a half stack, but yeah, I appreciate the hustle. Decent little rig here. Looks like one of those rad Ampeg heads that they made a few years back into possibly a 1x12. Very compact. And frankly, quite a nice little pedal board. But what I really like is the Boss Super Overdrive that's just hanging out on the cabinet. It's not part of your pedal board, but you have it there in case of tone emergencies. Also, this setup is very clearly in the back of your basement. Your girlfriend made it clear that the guitars could stay so long as she never saw or heard them. Whew. Today's word of the day is overkill. Some really nice amps here, but does one person really need two triple super leads and what I'm assuming is a 6505? Your goal in life must be to piss off as many neighbors as possible, which I can appreciate. You've got a nice simple pedal board, which I love, a wood-stained Explorer, and what I'm assuming is an Epiphone Les Paul. Can't fault you there. I am gonna ding you on your cable management though, because it gives me anxiety. I will probably lose sleep over how messy those cables are. Seek help. If you thought this was funny, then you should check out this video where I look at the worst guitars ever made.